Welcome to Those Two Chicks with a Podcast.
I look like I'm having a stroke. I do when I look at myself.
I think you're just focusing too much.
I picked off a lot of my eyelashes, so you guys need to just... Oh, I'm Jordan.
I'm Emma. Hi.
We're here.
Yeah.
Sorry we had no video last week. We looked horrible.
It wasn't good.
Emma moved and we had, we don't have the podcast room anymore.
Yeah.
So...
We have a corner.
Yes.
And it's
okay.
Yeah, it's an adjustment.
It was
That
makes it sound... Popcorn. That makes it sound really trendy.
It does.
Did I tell you I got this popcorn from Aldi? Oh. And it's sweet corn flavored popcorn.
I don't know if I'd like that.
It's weird, but also delicious.
Is it like kettle corn? Because I don't like kettle corn.
No, it's normal popcorn, but it tastes like roasted, like sweet corn.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it.
It's kind of good, but it also, it's kind of different because, you're tasting it and you're like, oh, I'm eating corn right now, but the texture's different. And you're like, oh, but wait, I'm eating popcorn. Oh. So it's just kind of weird.
I don't know.
But maybe that's just my brain. That. I don't know. Because my brain was like, what?
We haven't seen each other for a bit.
No. We've been talking this whole time.
Yeah.
I got here almost an hour ago.
Yeah, I did stop the cameras and restart. But it's been a lot. We've been really busy.
Yes.
We both had weddings to work for and...
Bridal podcast coming up next.
Yeah.
It may be in 5 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've been just busy. And last week, what happened last week? I was doing something.
My mom was sick.
Oh, she was sick?
Yeah. Oh, and then...
I don't know. I had something going on.
Something happened. I don't know.
Something happened.
Just times it was just better for us to do a double episode today.
Yes. So you're going to see us in the same outfits.
Yeah, we do.
I'd like everybody to know that I am starting with my Halloween
Which is so sad because it was beautiful weather and this week it's going to get to 80s again.
It's going to be hot and it's pissing me off.
I was ready for the cold.
I bought so many fall clothes and I was getting so excited.
Yeah.
I got Lila and Link a bunch of fall clothes and now we're going back to our fucking summer clothes.
I know.
But hopefully only for a week.
Yeah.
Did you go to the fair?
No.
Me neither. But I had Jenna bring me home a cheesecake on a stick.
Ooh. Specifically a cheesecake on a stick.
Chocolate covered frozen cheesecake on a stick.
Wow.
Dude. And it melted a little bit. Because just the cheesecake on the inside.
Yes.
So it was like... Ooh. I sound so fat right now.
The thing is, I have a 7-month-old. Actually, he'll be 8 months this week. But
I have to tell you, he is getting
big.
He was like a baby before, and now he's like a baby. He's like,
he's a baby in business.
Yeah,
he's gonna be
business baby.
Charlie Brown for Halloween. I got his costume already.
I fucking love that.
Just want to take photos. That's it.
He looks like Charlie Brown.
I know he does.
He does.
He does.
It's perfect.
He has peach fuzz hair. It didn't really come in.
Oh, I love little peach fuzz.
Which didn't surprise me because I was bald until I was a year and a half.
Lincoln had a lot of peach fuzz, and I miss it because I used to rub my cheek on it. It was the best thing ever. And he's still snuggly now, but I can't really.
It's not the same effect.
Not the same.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
And now he farts on me and laughs about it, and
yeah,
it's not the same.
I have a funny story to tell you.
Oh,
I told you.
Yeah.
So, I was driving, and we're finishing up our house and everything, so I was just driving back and forth. And Olivia Rodrigo came out with a new song. It was playing on the radio.
Okay.
Called Get Him Back.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was listening, and the lyrics popped up, and this is what the lyrics said. I want to kiss his face with an apricot. And I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean to kiss your face with an apricot? And we talked about that one of our listeners commented saying that apricots could also be poisonous, like the apple core. Okay. I thought, is this some sort of hidden meaning? So I'm Googling. Yeah. Googling, what is, if you...
Cyanide?
Yeah, I'm going really into depth. And Google's at this point, just sending me self-help call lines. It's has no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm maybe I'm just getting the phrase wrong. Okay. So I looked at the lyrics. It says, want to kiss his face with an uppercut. She never said apricot. But it sounded like...
You should have Googled the lyrics first.
I did. I mean, deep down.
Apricot.
I was like, what does this mean?
You're just trying to figure out the hidden meaning of it?
It was uppercut. Oh. And once I found that out, I was dying laughing in my car. And I probably looked so stupid. I was like...
I feel like that could make sense, though.
It could be a thing.
It could.
No, so she says an uppercut.
An uppercut.
But the way she was singing it sounded like apricot to me.
I haven't even heard the song, but I'm going to listen to it now on my way home and see if it sounds like that.
You should.
It's like one of those songs where you get the lyrics wrong, but it sounds like that, and then you can only think of it that way.
I hear it now, I'm like, maybe it wasn't apricot, but maybe I just was like, it was kind of on a back. I wasn't really like listening to the song.
You weren't like, oh, I'm going to figure these lyrics out right now.
No, it just, I'm like, well, that was weird. Why'd she say that?
Yeah, it's like...
She didn't, but...
What's that song? It's Jay-Z... Maybe it's Beyonce too. The New York song.
Oh,
I always hear concrete tomato.
Yeah.
You know, I always, and that's how I sing it. So it's okay.
I understand.
You know who's fucking notorious for getting lyrics wrong and like not apologizing about it?
Jacob.
How
did I know?
Dude, it drives me crazy.
It just seems like he would do that.
When we lived together, like he would sing shit and he'd sing it wrong. I'd be like, that's not the right word. And he goes, it's the way I want to sing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, why though? Why do you want to sing it wrong?
I see that as a Jacob kind of thing.
That's how he is. And it makes me upset.
That's so funny.
It makes me upset. Well, so today we're doing Unsolved Mysteries for you guys.
Yes.
I have a game that I want to play.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your fun fact and then we can do my game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun facts with Emma.
Okay, welcome to Fun Facts with Emma.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Emma.
Hello, Emma.
I have a fun fact for you.
Okay.
It took place in 1986, a balloon disaster. And honestly, it just makes you hate Ohio a little bit more.
I'm sorry. I listened to a podcast about this just recently, and then I watched an episode about it because I was so obsessed with it like 2 weeks ago.
I fucking remember this, and then it was like a trigger memory. I was like, yeah, that did happen.
Oh my god, you all need to hear this shit.
We'll tell you about it to our viewers here. But it's just like, Ohio.
It's fucking Ohio, man.
So, on September 27th, 1986, approximately 1.5 million balloons were released into the air above the city of Cleveland in an attempt to break a Guinness World Record. Mm-hmm. But what started as a fundraising stunt designed to benefit the United Way of Cleveland turned into a disaster. At the time, the record for biggest simultaneous balloon launch, because that's the thing,
like who was thinking
was
of this
held
shit?
by Disney.
Yeah,
which
Disney.
I get. That makes sense. So that was for their 30th anniversary at Disney. Mm-hmm. So the goals of the Balloon Fest were simple: raise funds for the local branch of the United Way, and publicly plant Cleveland as one of America's true and upcoming cities. So like Cleveland was like not the best area.
Right.
So they were really trying to clean it up, make it a nice place, make it family friendly.
Yeah.
And they thought, what better way than balloons? Because everyone loves balloons.
I feel like this is already where it goes wrong. Because who's going to be like 10 years from now and be like, oh my god, we should definitely vacation to Cleveland. You remember when they...
The balloons?
The balloons?
They have
remember
balloons.
when they did that 10 years ago? Like, bad ideas out the gate, dude.
So it took 6 months of planning for balloons. Which I understand. It's a lot, you know. I can't imagine they just do it like the day before.
I feel like that would be us though. Like if we came up with that idea, we'd be like, we can do it next week.
Yeah, like
fuck 6 months. Let's do it next week.
Go to Party City. Yeah. So the large net structure the size of the city block was set to contain the balloons. It was located in Cleveland's public square. They had more than 2,500 volunteers, and the majority of which were students. Bad idea. I would never trust high schoolers.
Also,
I don't know what it is. Like, this is not it.
Like, I know there... Hold on. I'm going to keep letting you go, and then we'll talk about my thoughts at the end.
Because I know, like, for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, they have all those volunteers. They're all adults. Some of them are kids. But, like, the kids are, like, the presidents that are walking down the street.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, okay, you are in charge of releasing these balloons. Like, no, they would tie someone up to the balloons and let them go. I mean, I guess an adult would, too. Let's be honest. But, you know. So, they spent most of the morning, September 27th, filling balloons with helium. Then, a storm was moving in, threatening the event, and officials decided to launch the balloons earlier than planned. So they're like, the storm's coming, storm's brewing, let's do it early. It's fine. That's how weather works. Yeah. Not postpone it. They're like, we already have all this helium, all these students. Mm-hmm. Let's get it done. So at 1:50 p.m. local time, organizers expected the helium-filled balloons to stay in the air until eventually deflating and falling back to Earth. However, a cold front combined with rain caused the balloons to descend while still inflated. So the sight distracted motorists, causing numerous car accidents in the surrounding Cleveland area, and streets and waterways were clogged with the balloons. So the Burke Lakefront Airport was forced to shut down for half an hour due to balloons on their runway. Like, can you imagine? You're like, we have to stop because there's balloons. You're like, what are they talking about?
Balloons?
Like, if you didn't know
Balloons?
Cleveland was doing this, you'd be like, why are there so many balloons?
Could you imagine, like, being in the airport, looking out the window, and then all of a sudden you see all that shit, and you didn't know that was happening? I'd be like, oh my god, it's a fucking balloon apocalypse! Yeah, because...
So, like, the massive balloons landed on a pasture in Ohio, and some of these horses that were located on the property caused injuries because they were scared.
Oh!
With balloons. And it's like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah.
You know, they didn't think about, like, what do they think? They go up and come right back down
and
to
then
this?
Where would they go down to?
I think they thought, like, this area? Like, it was like, we launched them here. Scientifically, they should go up and go back down. Not just, like, anywhere.
Just boop, boop. Yeah.
Right. I'm like, that's stupid. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Still, the sass effect that took place that day was on Lake Erie.
Yeah.
So the day before the event, two men, Raymond Broderick and Bernard Sulzer, I hope I'm saying that name right, I don't know. They went out fishing, and when they didn't return, their families reported the men missing. And authorities began searching the lake on September 27th, discovering their abandoned boat that morning. And the Coast Guard's attempts to find the missing men became impossible because the balloons were all over the lake. Can you imagine trying to find a body?
No.
There's balloons.
Like, it looks like little heads floating.
Yeah, and they said it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
So you're looking for more or less of a head or an orange life jacket. And here you have a couple 100,000 orange balloons. And it's like, so they suspended the search on the 29th, and with the two men's bodies washing ashore shortly after.
Yeah.
So once the balloons cleared, then they found the bodies. But it's like, that is so sad. And like the organizers, it was $3.2 million later settling for they actually had to settle for the court. They did an undisclosed amount for it for the murder of, I guess really they didn't murder them, but they didn't help the search.
Yeah. They had to stop the search early, which they were probably already gone. But
right,
I mean, it's like the family's like peace of mind and stuff that would have been sooner. You know what I mean? Like,
like you would have been able to probably find the bodies a little sooner.
Yeah.
And maybe they were alive. We just don't know.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, literally all the litter.
Yeah.
Like, really.
And like in the water and stuff too. Like, how are you gonna clean that up?
That's like an FU to the planet.
Yeah, literally. But this was what I was thinking in the beginning, where I was like, also, the math, I get it. Like, they were blowing up a balloon, like, it was like every 30 seconds they'd have a balloon. But like 2,000 people made like 1 million balloons in just a day. Yeah. That's a lot.
It's
like, my brain can't comprehend all that.
And I get, like, how helium works. You're running out of time, and if you just did all those balloons, then it's like...
You guys need to, or, like, post, like, a video in the corner of them all being released.
Oh, I
it's
will.
Freaky looking. Like, it looks like there's, like, a swarm of bugs or something. It's scary looking.
And they thought this was a great idea.
Yeah.
And they're like, this will really help Cleveland. It didn't. Newsflash.
No. They literally had, like, a bulldozer picking balloons up.
Yeah.
In streets and, like, on runways. Like, what the fuck? It's just crazy. I fucking love that thing.
So that's my fun fact for you today.
I love that. It's just so funny.
Ohio.
Because I heard about it, like, a few years ago.
Yeah.
But just recently in the past 2 weeks, I've like I said, like, I watched that episode about it, and then I heard, like, another podcast episode about it, and I was like, oh my god.
No, we had a high school teacher show us the clip because it was like National Balloon Day or something. He's like, well,
here's the problem with balloons. I love that.
All right.
Thank you, Emma.
Let's switch gears to what you found online.
Yeah.
And this is What Did Jordan Find Online?
What is it this time?
So I found a game that I think would be really fun for us to play. And this game, the first person to do it, her name on TikTok was Jordan the Grey Witch or something like that.
Oh.
In this game, which I tweaked the name a little bit.
Yeah.
This game is things that would turn Mitch McConnell into dust instantly. If you don't know who Mitch McConnell is, he's a senator.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure his brain doesn't work anymore.
No.
A horrible person.
Kind of looks like a turtle.
He does look like a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll post a photo. This is Mitch McConnell. Okay, do you want to go first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay, and we can't laugh.
Yeah, that's always the hard part.
I laughed about this so hard last night that I'm worried I'm not going to be able to laugh at all
know.
today. Do you ever get like that?
Oh, yeah,
like where something's super
it's
funny,
really
you're like,
bad.
this is going to be fucking hilarious when I tell somebody, and then you're like, I don't know why. I like already laughed it all out. But,
Right.
okay. So things that would turn Mitch McConnell into dust instantly.
Mm-hmm.
A sip of any LaCroix.
Ranch flavored pop.
That's a thing? Ew. I think that would turn me into dust. Mahogany teak wood intense candle from Bath and Body Works.
Sniffing garlic.
Okay. Okay. Boogie boarding.
Gosh, I can't. Okay, wait. Taco Bell's grilled cheesesteak burrito.
Oh! I want one of those today. The spicy one chip challenge. Dead instantly, honestly.
A stiff breeze.
Okay. A roller coaster simulator game.
Cherry Coke Zero.
Okay. That book about the gay penguins.
A vodka popsicle from Costco.
My face is getting so red.
I only have
This
one
is
more.
my last one.
Okay, I have one more after this.
Any sugar body scrub. I just feel like you would slough right. You would just melt.
Okay, this is my last one.
Okay.
Getting shot playing laser tag. Strong laser.
Instantly, like Endgame. Like we're
Just the laser is too bright.
that one and boogie boarding are my favorite.
Yeah.
Because I was laughing so hard in my bed last night because I could just see him boogie board in
It's
my
not
head.
good.
It's so bad.
Are you ready for some unsolved mysteries?
Yeah.
On December 4th, 1872.
Did you find this from the show?
Yeah.
Me too. Because
yeah.
I've been watching the really old episodes.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
No, this is from the show Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay. Mine too.
Yeah. A British-American ship called the Mary Celeste was found
Always
empty.
Mary.
I know, it's always Mary. Found empty and adrift in the Atlantic. It was found to be seaworthy and with its cargo fully intact except for a lifeboat, which it appeared had been boarded in an orderly fashion. And we may never know the answer to this because no one on the board was ever heard from again.
How many people?
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't interrupt. Are you done?
No.
Okay, good. I just shut up.
In November 1872.
Oh, this was in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Ugh, that makes it even creepier for
I know.
some reason. I hate that.
So the Mary Celeste set sail from New York, bound for Italy. Captain Benjamin Briggs had 7 crew members, including Briggs' wife and their 2-year-old daughter. So that's how many people were on the ship. Supplies on board were enough for like 6 months and some luxurious items. There was a sewing machine and a piano, an upright piano.
Oh.
Because why not?
I'd be pissed if someone made me load a piano onto a ship.
Right.
Like, fuck you, I ain't bringing your fucking piano.
Right. But like I said, the ship was fine.
Yeah.
It had all the stuff packed on it. All that was missing was a lifeboat.
Yeah.
So the last entry on the ship's daily log reveals nothing unusual, and inside the ship all appeared to be in order. So there's theories over the years have included like a pirate attack or assault by a giant octopus or sea monster.
The most likely story, in my opinion.
Right.
But nothing was wrong with the ship. But
No.
it got attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in recent years, scientists have posed the theory that fumes from alcohol on board caused an explosion that, as a result of a scientific anomaly, did not leave behind signs of burning, but was terrifying enough that Briggs ordered everyone into the lifeboat. So yeah, they found the boat. Everything was fine.
Did they ever find the lifeboat?
No.
I think I've heard of this because I think his young son was on board or something like that, maybe.
The daughter.
The daughter, and it made
Yeah.
me sad.
Yep.
So I think I did hear about
They have a
this.
wife and a 2-year-old daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was missing except everyone. Their lifeboat's not there. So like, and it wasn't like the lifeboat was torn off. Something happened to it. It was like it looked like it left.
Yeah.
Something must have happened to the ship, but nothing was logged into because usually they would
Yeah.
log everything in.
And
Everything.
nothing was amiss.
Nothing was unusual that day or anything. Just no people,
That's so weird.
and they don't know what happened to them. They've never heard from them again. So I don't know if they're leaving from, they just lived in Italy, or something happened and they never made it to Italy. We have no clue.
Yeah. But wouldn't they, like, come forward if they were alive in Italy and be like, hey,
You'd-
that was my boat?
You'd think.
You know? And, like, all their
But-
stuff was on it?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's it. Unsolved mystery. We don't know. Octopus.
Probably.
Clearly.
Aliens.
Obviously.
Maybe.
An alien octopus.
Well, octopuses are kind of alienish.
Is it octopi? Is that the plural?
I just like saying octopussies.
I understand. What is
Okay.
that? The plural version, octopi?
Octopi.
Is it? I don't know. I may have made that up.
Octopuses. Octopi. I think it's octopi.
I think so. Let us know in the comments. Because I don't know.
Have you seen our hate comments lately?
No.
Well, we got one like 11 days ago, and I don't know if he deleted it or like what happened. They're all on the same episode. Like, there's one episode people just don't like.
Which one is
from
it?
us. It was when, I can't remember what was going on, but your mom was recording with you, and I was on Zoom or Skype or whatever.
Oh, that was a long time
A
ago.
long time ago. And they're like, so much blabbering. What is this? And then this guy, like, recently commented, like, is this a game to you? I'm like, no, but it is a comedy podcast. Like, like, here's my thing. I'll post this on the TikTok.
Yeah.
We're not fucking professionals.
No.
No, we have a weird...
We have a pod corner.
We have a pod corner, and we have very weird sense of humor.
Yeah.
And we've been friends since high school.
Right.
So the weird vibes are just flowing here. If you can't deal with that, get out. Get
I
out.
like that. Is this a game to you?
Is this a game to you? I mean, I laugh a lot and have fun, so
Right.
kinda.
Yeah. It's still winning
We
prizes.
do play games.
We do. We just did.
We just did. What would turn Mitch McConnell into dust instantly?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Get with the program.
if that's your thing.
That's so funny. And he
Hit us
deleted it too.
He must have, or like, I don't know where it went, because I tried to find it. It was in our notifications, and I clicked on the video, and it wasn't there, and then it wasn't in the notifications anymore. So I was like,
Oh. Was that on YouTube?
yeah,
Oh.
it's always YouTube. I don't know why.
Bunch of
Probably
haters
because
over
fucking
there.
old people are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine is also from Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay.
And it was like an old, like, 1990 episode, which I fucking love. And I'm going to tell you about the mysterious disappearance of Tammy Lynn Leppert.
Okay.
Sorry. Leppert. I think it's Leppert. Okay. So I'm going to show you a picture of Tammy. Because she was Gorgina.
Oh.
She was beautiful. Mm-hmm. And, so Tammy was an uncommonly beautiful child. She did beauty pageants, and, like, over 300.
Oh.
And she usually won. Like, she was just very, very good at it. She had, like, 280 crowns.
Wow.
And she started by when she was 4 years old. And she, obviously, like, this career she was making, it's easy to transition into, like, modeling and acting. And that's what Tammy wanted to do. Her mother was also an agent. So, I mean, it kind of just, like, worked out.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get Tammy into the movies. So, so this is, like, at the time she's 16, right? they had a close family friend who lived with them. His name was Wing. But he and Tammy were like brother and sister. Very close. And in July of 1982, Tammy landed a part in the teen film called Spring Break. Imagine like classic old cheesy teen movie, like...
I think they remade that movie, didn't they?
I don't know, they probably did. It wasn't a big movie.
Okay.
But Tammy went unchaperoned to a weekend party after the filming was completed. And when she came back from the party, she was a different person. This is still around the time she's like 16 years old. According to Wing, Tammy's behavior began to take paranoid tones. And this is what he said. Sometimes I'd ask her what was on her mind or if anything was bothering her, and she'd usually just change the subject, or she would say, oh, nothing, and then try to laugh it off. But according to her mother, she thought someone was trying to kill her.
Ugh.
Her mother said, she said, Mom, what would you say if I told you someone was trying to kill me? I just took a deep breath and said, do you think somebody's trying to kill you, Tammy? And she said, yes. And this is like so out of the norm. All of a sudden, just so out of the norm for her, because she was an outgoing pageant girl, super friendly, loved her family, was very open, communicative, and just all of a sudden became like shut in, recluse. And just weird, just a total 180. So a steady retreat into isolation soon followed for Tammy. Linda and Wing had no way of telling which of Tammy's fears were real and which were paranoid delusions. At this point, it's getting, like, crazy.
Ugh.
After 2 weeks of virtual seclusion, Tammy Lynn was offered a small part in the big-budget Al Pacino film, Scarface.
Oh.
So, I mean, she was starting to get better roles. And I forgot to mention, too, that movie she did, Spring Break. She's on the cover of the movie. Like, it's her.
Okay.
And she had a bright future. So the movie Scarface began shooting in Miami, March of 1983. She stayed with a family friend, Walter Leibowitz. And according to Walter, all went well until the 4th day of filming. This is what Walter had to say. I received a call from the casting director to tell me that Tammy had a breakdown on set. They said it was a scene where someone was supposed to be shot and had artificial blood spurt out. They said when Tammy was watching the scene, she started crying hysterically, and it got so bad that they had to take her to a trailer. She was in a state of tremendous fear and anxiety. What it was that caused this great fear in her, I don't know. When I spoke to Tammy's mother, I told her that she should take Tammy to a doctor and also take her to the police to find out if the problem was psychological or if there was something based in fact that someone was actually trying to kill her, and we needed to get to the bottom of it. So... at that point, Tammy quit the film, and she went back home. At her mother's insistence, Tammy did talk to the local sheriff, but apparently never mentioned that she felt like her life was in danger, which, odd. But I think whatever was going on, if there was something actually going on, I think she was scared to, like, actually tell an authority. Because she was afraid there'd be repercussions.
Yeah.
So even with her family, Tammy's paranoia ran rampant. According to Wing, Tammy was now convinced that someone was trying to poison her, even. And Wing said there were good days and there were bad days. There were days when she was almost normal, and then there were days where she was really edgy. She even thought that her neighbors across the street, they got a new van, and she said that the windows were dark and tinted because they were like mirrors, so they could see out but no one could see in, and they were trying to watch her with this new van. Oh. She was having Wing eat food before she ate it because she thought she was slowly being poisoned. So, like, it was really intense.
Yeah.
So, then on July 1st, Tammy finally snapped. She began smashing all the windows in her house and attacked Wing because she was leaving the house that day and she forgot something and tried to go back in and the door was locked. And she smashed the window to get in the house instead of waiting for him to come open the door. And then she attacked him saying that he locked her out on purpose. So... just really weird. And they were really close before, and she was, like, attacking him.
Yeah.
And it took Linda to, like, calm her down. Like, she had to hold her and be like, look, it's me, it's mom. Like, she couldn't... It almost seemed like she wasn't even there, you know?
Yeah. It's scary.
So, yeah. And it was at that moment that Linda knew something was seriously wrong with her daughter. So she checked her into a mental health center for a complete physical and psychiatric evaluation. Doctors found no evidence of drug or alcohol use, and after 72 hours of observation, Tammy was released. The following day, Tammy and a friend drove to the local beach when, according to Detective Jim Scragg of the Cocoa Beach, Florida Police Department, they started to argue. This is what he said. So the friend picked her up at home and they drove to the beach. When we talked to him, he basically stated that they had became involved in a verbal argument. She requested that he let her out near the glass bank in Cocoa Beach, and he complied. So he dropped her off about 5 miles from her house. She was barefoot and carried no purse, and this was the last time Tammy Lynn would ever be seen alive. She disappeared without a trace. The police department said they talked to her close friends, and they felt like Tammy was having problems at home and she wanted to leave, which to her family, like, that didn't seem like the case. Like her mom was even saying in the interview, like, she had plans. Like, we had plans. She wasn't just gonna just up and go.
Right.
She had a good relationship with her mom. It's just she was having all these paranoid fears. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, that's it. She was never seen again.
Gosh,
we still
crazy.
don't know what happened to her. And I didn't read that blind item, so... Oh. There might, but, you know, that's a blog anyway.
Yeah.
But there's a few theories, like maybe she was picked up for sex trafficking, because unfortunately that is a really big thing, especially in places that are close to a beach, or close to water, because it's easy to, like, take people away. Mm-hmm. Her mom thinks that she just had a breakdown and doesn't remember who she is, and she's just gone. Like, she just ran off, and, like, it's her mom's still holding hope that she's alive somewhere. Yeah. Was it something like somebody was after her and they picked her up? They had, like, the perfect opportunity and they took her away? I mean, we really don't know. And it's just really sad. She had a really bright future, and it was just something that was just so quick, you know? And yeah, that's the unsolved disappearance of Tammy Lynn Leppert. Sorry. Sorry.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. It was a good one. Not a good one, but an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's it.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. And you guys can watch that episode too. It's a really good episode. There was also a guy who, like, jumped on a plane and then died, and they didn't know who he was, and I was like, why'd you jump on a plane? But then they figured it out, like, 20 years later.
Oh, okay.
But it was just weird. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
There was an alien part too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's like a comfort show for me.
It's a really good show. It's just, I don't know, it's one of those things you can watch and, like, have in the background, or you could just sit and just watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go home and have some soup and watch it. It's a soupy day.
Okay. I understand. Until the end of this week.
I know! I've made so many soups lately, though. Like, I've been in soup fucking mode.
I have not made any soup yet.
Oh my God, I made a tortilla soup last night.
Ooh.
I had broccoli cheddar soup last week. White chicken chili, tomato soup.
Dan is not a soup person. So I just don't.
Me and Dan can't be friends.
Right.
Soups are everything.
And he just doesn't really like
soup
soups.
Is life.
So I don't really make soup.
All right.
Well, join us next week.
Goodbye.
Join us for our game.
Yeah, we have a new game. Well, no, it's not new, but we have another game next week. So, and we'll still be in these same clothes. Don't judge us.
So it will be a game to us.
Yeah. A game. So if you're not looking for people who think everything's a game, don't watch our game.
Right.
Bitch.
Sometimes it is kind of funny when you see people, they're like, if they have, like, a hate comment toward any podcast, it's like, well, then...
That's the point of the podcast, and why are you listening to it then?
Right. Like, they have descriptions on podcasts, too. Yeah. It's like, if this is something that you wouldn't like by reading the description...
Yeah.
You're probably not going to like the podcast.
No! Just go. Stupid.
Watch something else.
All right.
See you later.
Goodbye.